Right, chassis time. Well, that one has landed here. This is #Collins car. It's going to have a K20. The factory build that's starting very shortly on this one as well. We're just prepping the engine, getting that ready, but the chassis is here and landed. And you'll see this build progress as well. Love the K20 engine, that Honda engine, you know, 9,000 RPM, sings all over the place. Right, K20 time. It's a build that's coming up, and what we're doing is prepping a lot of the parts. We've got a lot of the donor parts, the bits and bobs. One of them's the engine. This had had, basically we're just renewing all the seals and gaskets. So it'll be rear main seal. We've got to put a new one in. It should be on here, which we'll do before we put the clutch and everything on. Rocker cover gaskets. Gaskets in here, which is on the V-Tec, will be changed as well. But a few seals and gaskets, throttle bodies, gaskets and all of that. So once we put it all together, put all new seals, new gaskets, we prep the engine, give it a little more of a clean up to make it a little bit neater and tidier. Final job, Joseph's just been on with the top bit here and the rocker cover will go on. So yeah, get them bolted together. But again, you'll see this progress, this build. The chassis upstairs, having its brake lines, fuel lines and everything done, and then it'll come down here and then we'll start looking to bolt all the motor in as well. So it's another #Collins build, K20, which we love. It's a great screamer engine, awesome, super reliable. What else does it say other than love a Honda? One's landed, and this one is for #Colin. It's going to be a K20 build, and we've now started on that, got the brake lines, pedal box in, floor pans, all the way through the car, and we're going to start on this build. It's going to be a lovely little, we've built one before, the K20 Mazda running gear, Mazda gearbox. Just a nice smooth drivetrain, plenty of power, 230 horsepower, just looks the part as well. The rear engine does look nice when they're sitting in the engine bay. And if you've followed before, like I said, and you've seen when we've done the K20, you may have seen it at the Stony show, or the other kit car shows, etc., that we've had it at, that we built for the customer. Great car. So we started on this build, and you'll see this evolve. So if you hadn't seen the old one, go back and watch it if you want, or if not, follow this one in the build. Right, here we are with the next build, which is the K20 build, #Collins car. On with a few bits that you saw last week: steering rack, rockers, push rods, completely refurbished. Uprights here, it's all brand new. The bearings and bearing carriers and flanges and everything's all are new. Brake lines are in, pedal boxes in. Billet one, we do like them. Lovely little logo on there, isn't there? That's all in as well, and you're moving on to the rear. This is a bit of a slow burner with a build with the customer because there's a lot of prep work to be done. Got the rear end on, wishbones top and bottom, suspension on, and fuel tank fixed in. That's got the swirl pot in it, and this will run our sort of fuel pump setup and fuel filter setup that all gets bolted into the tank, which we'll show you actually once we get to that stage. We'll show you how that works. But also what we've been doing is a lot of prep work. Gearbox has been checked over and all painted up, and then the diff as well. That's all been braced and welded, so we do the bracing on the welding on the diff here on the arms on the Mazda ones. They are known just here, they have a little slot, sort of an impact thing that's designed as a fault that they crack. If you brace them front and rear like we've done on this one, you get no problems. I mean, there's zero problems with actually once you do that. Zero problems. We've had no issues at all, even with big horsepower on them. So that's been going along. Right, here we are with #Collins car. It's going to be the K20 one that we're doing. A bit of a transformation. It's got glad rags on, look, nice colour. Sky blue, golf blue, sky blue, golf blue, but one or the other, you know what you want. But we call it sky blue, but yeah, it's an interpretation of a golf blue colour. So we started on with the bodywork. On this has got the Essex bodywork on it. So it's got the shortened section here, which is on the side panels. The molded bits as you go along, nice and easy then. Fitted the rear wing here as you can see, and it's all moulded into one panel. It's a much nicer, cleaner fit. Put that in, and the back panels in here, all fitted nicely. Anodised black fuel cap, fog light, number plate light. Fuel tank with a fuel pump system in it. It's a new system what we're doing, with it built into the tank. So it's got fuel pump, fuel pressure regulator and filter in the tank there, and a fuel sender that's calibrated for the instruments, because it's going to have some nice little individual instruments on this. It's going to have like the 5-piece set instruments in there. Diffs in out the Mazda, all brand new running gear discs. All the calipers are on now on the corners here. Handbrake cables in. All new shiny stuff on the corners. All cross steel and groove vented discs down in here, which look great. Pop shaft, and then Josie's on with setting out the dashboard and that now, so we'll be masking that up, fixing that up, and marking it out for the design and how we're going to put the instrumentation on it as well. But I mean, don't do many of these colours. Ben's car, the CVR car, was one of the last ones we did, probably a year after the go plus. They look great, don't they? So such a different colour, it really will stand out. It probably doesn't do it justice on the camera, so if you want to come and see it, come down to the workshop and see it in the flesh. Right, let's rock and roll with hashtag Collins car. Here we are, K20 engine being installed. You know, it's got the horn. That's going in next. Yeah, so as you can see, rolling along in the very nice sky blue colour. We've taken the panels off, they've all been dry fitted because we've went to install the engine, 6-speed gearbox, adapter plate all fitted, new clutch. We're just on with the steering column, and Joseph's on with the plumbing now of this. The alternator and the alternator bracket that we put in runs the electric water pump down here. So it's a 115 electric water pump that we run, and we plumb that in accordingly, etc. So yeah, quite a bit. Most of the wiring is in for the harnesses, ECU, most of the other electrics. We've got the oil system to sort out on this one, just to filter. I think we're going to be doing this without an oil cooler on this particular vehicle. You can do either way. You can put a sandwich plate in and run it, or you can run it with just the oil cooler, not a problem. Right away through the car, even down to the steering wheel, and we started on with the dashboard, and the dashboard, and this is having again the wireless buttons, indicators, horn and high beam, and then the instrumentation is going in the dashboard because it's having a carbon dashboard in there, so it's looking rather sharp and rather smart. Front wing stays, they're all on with the carbon wings. Customer decided originally was going to go black. I think after some discussions with Neil, gone with the carbon. Good choice, by the way, Colin. Good choice. Much nicer. Looks super trick with the black Pro Race wheels on there as well. It's going to look very sharp with the sky blue, golf blue colour scheme. So yeah, rolling along quite nicely. Quite a bit still to do, but then, you know, it's rolling on. This is kind of a spring debut car that Colin wants to aim for, so plenty of time to achieve that. But yeah, looking sharp. I love a bit of carbon. Right, from one K20 to another, hashtag Collins car. Been rolling along with this. Electrics, these have all gone in. Joseph's been working on those. We've got lots of wiring to do for this, having a blink stop in here with the little wireless buttons on the indicators, horn, high beam, etc. All of that's gone in. Exhaust system has gone on. He's finally buttoned that up and, well, went for the first fire up. And did she run? Right, yeah, so she's all running now, so a little fire up just to test her really, make sure it all works, etc. as well. One of the other little jobs was we've maintained and done the standard oil cooler system. So oil cooler or heat exchanger, whichever you want to call it. This is running that on there with just a filter, running into our, plumbed into our system. Now on Simon's car, this one here, we've got a remote oil cooler, so you can put a sandwich plate in here if you want to, and then run the cables up to the front, and we run like a 19-row oil cooler. So if you're going a bit more heavier with your road use or a lot more track use, maybe you might want to put an oil cooler on, but certainly for road use, this is how it's fitted in the car. So it's more than sufficient. It will do more than what we need it to do, keeping it cool, warming it up, etc. as well. That then links round into here. We've got the alternator, we've got the front end completely on, the wing stays have been bonded on, same as we showed you on the other car there, do the same process. Cross-drilled and grooved brakes with the wheel woods on, and the Pro Race 1.2, which look slick. Look at that, spinning like a boss. It's like a roulette table. So yeah, that links in the cooling system for the radiator. Comes down to here. We've got little Davis Craig EWP115. That's controlled by the ECU. So again, if you're shutting it off, you can let it run a little bit longer and help cool the engine down. Sometimes they give you a little bit more horsepower as well, because it's not running off of the engine, it's running off of here, so you can gain a few horsepower. But yeah, super clean installation. The ME360 ECU Gen 2 is what's going to be powering all of that and control that at the same time. So yeah, loading along. This is getting ready. Springtime, basically, for this customer. They're looking for us at plenty of time for having this. This will be way done before then if necessary, but springtime is the goal for the customer for this one to be finished. So yeah, rock and roll. Can't wait to see this one motor out. We know they make about 230 horsepower. It's a great number. Drives fantastic. So if you're looking to get in a K20, you want to come down and see this one in build, come in the factory, But yeah, do you want to see something rather dashing? It's a pun. Yes, it is. It's a carbon dashboard. Joseph, I think, has knocked it out of the park on this one. This is beautiful. Look at this. Amazing. Carbon dashboard, gauges, all the bezels. Super nice, carbon sleeved. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful in there. Such a nice place it's going to be to fit. We've got the padded tunnel top where you want it in black. We do carbon, of course, as well. We'll switch it on. These bad boys, look at him. Nice. Everything's all wide now on this vehicle. Everything's done. Side lights, fog lights, all operational. Super Trick's going to have wipers and washers and everything else on this. Total miles, 0 at the moment, and I'm sure a customer can't wait to stick some miles in this. All the branded gauges have gone in, got the MK logos on them, carbon dash, centre padded interior. We've gone round into here to the engine bay. We've got on the link pipe for the air filter, and that's all been blacked out as well to make that look a bit nicer and a bit tidier as well. So final fit really on the body panels and everything else. By putting in the seats, and we'll be dropping it down in the next week or so, probably next week, probably onto Geo and everything else. This will be rolling very, very shortly. Seats to go in. I think the customer's coming to visit it to do a final check on spec and what he's looking at. But yeah, super close now. And then just the exhaust system to go on. This also having a carbon silencer. He's having a carbon in it, Joseph. This one, carbon silencer on it. It's got the free wheel. Is that working? Go on, Joseph. Give us the free wheel. See if it works. It does. Brilliant. Yeah, their horn works. Yeah, indicators, all of that, all operational. So that's trick. That's all on the steering wheel. Yeah, great. Looking super sharp, super clean. I mean, I've got to be honest, that is so nice. I'd buy it myself. Right, here we are, guys, back with Rx-5 K20 V-Tec time. We love V-Tec. Well, what's been going on with this? Well, it's having its face put on, really. It's got its nose. That's gone on now. Nose cones all had final fit position. Bonnet catches have gone on, and the bonnet. So we put that on now. Just give you a show how it looks with that V-Tec engine in this sky blue. It does look nice actually, with the black. Super clean look. Thanks, Joseph. Yeah, super clean look. That all looks really sharp. So it's got its face on it now. We're proceeding then, we'll do the grille and the other bits for the indicator bits and that here for IVA and to IVA spec, of course, standard, but this is a road car. As we move back towards in here, what's been going on under here? Well, there's a lot of things that you can't see right now on the outside, but all the wiper mechanisms gone in as well. So washers, wipers, we've done all the fitting positions here. These are locked in, ready to go for the windscreen stanchions. We've left them loose at the moment for that to go in as well, but that's a metal panel that sits just under here. With the wiper motor going in with the wheel boxes here as well. And then when you move in, we'll have the washer bottle. That's run up here. We've just got to plumb that in, but the tube's been run through, ready for the squirters, because we mount that back here in this sort of boot box area as well for filling up. That's nice and neat. And then Joseph's just on inside here, finishing off the centre tunnel. We do these in carbon, but at the moment this customer wanted it in black. He's wanting more black than carbon. That's his preference. He's got a little bit of carbon accents, but he didn't want too much. So yeah, that's looking rather nice. We do them in black now. If you didn't know that, there's just a black vinyl, nice and simple, nice and clean. Looks really sharp, really smooth, and completely IVA compatible because there's no sharp edges. So that's what we like. So Josie's been cracking on with that. In fact, the customer came down today. Was it Josie? Had a look, Colin. Hashtag Colin. He was very happy boy, wasn't he? He was a very happy boy, and he's a bit of a detailer of fit and finish, but he likes all of the fit and finish that goes around the body panels. There's cleanness to the dashboard, the interior, nice fit and finish to it. So yeah, happy customer, makes us happy as well that you like it. So yeah, can't wait. This is going to be on the ground pretty soon, isn't it? What do you reckon? Next week?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. So we're filming Thursday today. Tomorrow it'll be on the ground. Geo, steering wheel on. Test drive soon, not far away. So here we are, running through hashtag Colin's car. He came and saw us the other week, very happy with the build so far, what's going on. We put his face on, we've taken the bodywork off now, mainly because we fitted indicators on the front here for IVA that we're doing for this particular customer, these hockey sticks. They will come off in the other end when we do some other changes to the vehicle. We've got a couple of bits to do under the bonnet, tidying up in general, but as you know, this one starts. It's gone on the ground. What's it for? For Geo. So we've done the Geo, set the camber, the caster, the toe, the rear toe, the front toe, the ride heights and everything else. And the one good thing about the K20, we have got loads of room under the sun. There's at least, oh, can your camera get under there, Elliot? There's at least over 100 mil under here, under the sun. You can ride a speed bump, no problem on this. So yeah, last job then to do. We've been in, we've fitted the rear roll bar, final fitment's been done. Boot box, final fitment's done. We've just got the boot cover to do. The little water bottle, that's fitted here. So that's quite a nice little neat touch. You pop that up and you've got the cap here for your squirty bottle. That pops off. So that's nice and easier to fill up when we fitted the boot box in there. It's a nice little thing. Second thing was, don't think that was fitted last week, was it? Elliot? No, it wasn't, was it? So exhaust system. That's new. Look at this. Shiny stuff. We love shiny stuff. A bit like the other one. This is a 2.5 inch cat pipe. On here, obviously for IVA and for emissions. If you're doing a bit more track work, we do a D-cap pipe fitted in. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Let me look with you, Elliot. Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? That looks good. So yeah, nice job. Again, Josie's fabricated that up, done a great job. Okay guys, it's Rx-5 K20 time. As you know, it's come out the bay now. It's wandered into this area. What are we doing? Emissions. That's what we're on with now. So Joseph's in the car. Got the laptop plugged in now into the ECU. That's a Motorsport Electronics one that you use, the 360 on this particular car. And what we've got set back now is setting the parameters. Basically, tuning the car. Now, we have a emissions control machine here, which is easier for us to do then. So you can see where we're at on CO2s. We can see where we're at on idles and everything else on Lambert and everything else. So what we need to aim for here is CO needs to be below 0.2. At the moment it's not. Then we need to have hydrocarbons below 200. At the moment it's 193, so it's below it. And then Lambert here needs to be 1.030 or below that and between 0.997. So 0.997 and 1030. So that's where we need to be with the results. Well, let's give her a little tickle up at 2800 RPM. That's where we're going to measure it at today. Josie's going to pick that up. What we've got to do is make sure the catalytic converter gets ignited, which is down here. We've got some cooling fans to help it just while we're stationary. Once the cat ignites, we'll see the Lamberts and everything else start to come in. So we're at 2800 RPM now. You'll see things start to drop. So it's going to take us a few seconds for that to warm up. At the moment, this is in. 0.20 is where we need to be. It's coming down 0.16. Hydrocarbons, we are at plenty well in. That needs to be 200 or below, so at 38, 36 and coming down even better. Now Lambert's just starting to creep down now, so once the cat starts to get warm, so we're at 1030 is what we're aiming for, and we're currently at 1039, so we're just going to let that warm up a touch more. We've got the catalytic converter warmed up, making sure the engine is up to temperature. It needs to be at least 85 degrees. I'd get the oil at least between 40 and 60 degrees if you've got gauges. Nice and warm under here. So now we're going to move across. Here we go, CO, no problem, 0.20, well in there. Hydrocarbons, 200 or below, well in. Lambert, 1030, so we're at 1020, so we're plenty in on that. It can't be below 0.997 anyway, so this is perfect. So pass, pass and pass. All in the green, no problems at all there. So, and in fact the Lambert, now it's warming up, it's dropping even more. So that's fantastic news. So yeah, K20 tuned and ready and rocking rolling for IVA. The one little test now that we've done, that we're setting the parameters on the fast idle, is a natural idle. So now you drop it down to running, well, you can run is 1200 RPM. What are we running at, Joseph? About 900 RPM? 950 RPM. And then again, you just check in CO then basically, is below 0.2. And this is well under, very clean engine, 0.03, very clean under, hydrocarbons are under. You don't worry about Lambert. Lambert doesn't matter when it's on natural idle, that doesn't come into play, it's only on fast idle. Yeah, so green, green, green. So now we're tick box on fast idle and tick box on natural idle. So what a great engine, that K20 engine. How good's that to tune, Joseph? Easy. From the master, he says it's easy, I'm a happy boy. Hashtag Colin's car went through IVA this week, which Elliot's got some footage of that, haven't you, Elliot? Nod the camera. Yeah, we've got some footage of that. So Sailed through IVA, no issues at all, which was fantastic. With it be, you know, it's a good couple of hour test, as you know, but there is a video, as you know, as well online about how top tips on that. But since post IVA, the customer's had little changes and some upgrades. He's now wanted a screen on it, so we put a screen on it instead of the standard mirrors that we have. He's put some little race mirrors on here. Also, we've gone from standard lights to LED, and these have got the indicators in them as well. So there we go. It's got a freewheel on this car, so do you know what? I can bring this over and do this here. Look at this. There we go. One indicator, two indicator, hazards. How trick's that? And high beam, look, all at the same time. So that's pretty trick, pretty flash. They look really good. In fact, very bright. So no issues with you seeing you on the road on those. Let's get the steering wheel back on. There she goes. Turn it off. Yeah, so she's all good, and it's got black wiper blades on here as well. Stone guards have gone on. So our carbon stone guards have gone on. They look really smart. In fact, with this, the carbon silencer and the carbon front wings, that subtlety with the carbon dash, I think is perfect amount of carbon on this car. Really subtle, looks clean, simple. Boot cover's now been fitted as well, which got fitted just before IVA. Cleans the whole car up, black on this sky blue colour. There's no graphics going on this car, it is what it is. So, but before, maybe, got to do a little test drive on this. We may do a very short test drive on this car. They are amazing, that engine just is beautiful. It sings, it does everything you want it to do. So super, super happy with this one.
It's much the same as the Rx-5 version, a little bit different. We've got a 2-litre V-Tec engine from a Civic Type R. It's 230 brake horsepower. The car that weighs just a hair under 600 kilos. It's absolutely amazing.